welcome to the next video in our NDBI series focused on practical application of NDBI within early childhood contexts. The selection of NDBI learning targets is informed by developmental science, with a focus on addressing challenges experienced by autistic children and foundational learning skills that have been shown to be precursors of functional outcomes, including social attention, joint attention, imitation, nonverbal communication, play, acts and sequences, language use, and finally, NDBI emphasizes the integration of knowledge and skills across domains to promote generalization. NDBI provides specific strategies for creating child-initiated teaching opportunities, modeling behavior, prompting, prompt fading, reinforcement of attempts, and creating conditions for natural reinforcement. These strategies promote a child's receptive language goals, like following one-step instructions, that may be embedded within the teaching setting. For example, you may be engaging in a read aloud using a book about pumpkins. Implementing strategies to recruit the child's attention, like, "Timmy, it's your turn." Delivering a hierarchy of prompts from, "Get the big pumpkin," to, "I wonder where the big pumpkin is." Reinforcing attempts, "Yay, you found the big pumpkin." And providing natural reinforcement. Doing something fun with the pumpkin, like, "Let's put the pumpkin in the wagon." Some NDBI models were created for parent implementation. One specific model that you may be familiar with is Project Impact. However, you don't have to be formally trained in Project Impact to implement an NDBI approach. You can apply the strategies explained in the previous video and in the NDBI-FI. As you learned, these strategies can be applied across naturally occurring activities and contexts. Here is an infographic depicting how an early intervention provider coaches caregivers to implement evidence-based practices. NDBI can be one of those practices. Preschool classrooms are also an ideal context to implement NDBI. Here is an infographic depicting how a coach, perhaps an early childhood specialist, a consultant, or behavior coach, might work with a preschool teacher to improve effective teaching practices. One of those practices can be NDBI. One way to organize NDBI implementation in a preschool classroom is by using a matrix or table with the children's objectives. This is an example from the Building Blocks framework showing one student's objectives across daily activities. You could add more students to the matrix if it is helpful. One last consideration for practical application for NDBI is an important one for any context: engagement. The adult must consider the child's interest, developmental level, and environmental arrangement to support initial and ongoing engagement in an activity that is child-led. To support engagement, you can compile a list of reinforcers and activities that the child likes. Ask parents, past teachers, other caregivers, and observe the child in your classroom. You can incorporate these items and activities to support engagement. Make the expectations high, yet realistic for each child. What does engagement look like for this child without comparing them to other children? Perhaps engaging in the sensory table for 2 minutes is a realistic expectation for this child. You should also consider how you arrange the environment to support engagement. This includes your physical environment, your schedule, and how social interactions will happen. The IRIS Center has free modules to learn more about effective early childhood environments. Plan for the environmental arrangement within the activity in which you are implementing NDBI strategies. Where are you and the child positioned? Where are the materials? Who has control of the materials to support learning opportunities and ongoing engagement? Refer back to the NDBI-FI for more information and examples. This screenshot is from the NDBI-FI, and the link provided will take you to the full document. If you are interested in learning more, visit the START website for more information.